we are obliterating that country. And I hate to do it, but we're obliterating, and they just don't want to say uncle. They don't want to cry, as the expression goes, uncle, but they will. And if they don't, they'll have no bridges, they'll have no power plants, they'll have no anything. I won't go further because there are other things that are worse than those two. And we might have, well, the thing, if I had my choice, what would I like to do? Take the oil. Because it's there for the taking. There's not a thing they can do about it. Unfortunately, the American people would like to see us come home. If it were up to me, I'd take the oil, I'd keep the oil, and would make plenty of money.
Unfortunately, the American people would like to see us come home. If it were up to me, I'd take the oil, I'd keep the oil, and would make plenty of money.
Welcome to the Trash Cats Trashcast. I'm Richard.
I'm Steven.
And they couldn't stop me. They sent ICE to the airports to work at the TSA lines, and they couldn't find me. I snuck through. I got to Portland. I got to California. I got home. They missed me.
Fuck 'em. Funny story, dude. When you were in LA, the day they announced ICE was at the airports, I actually texted you, and I didn't say anything at first, but I happened to notice our podcast got flooded with plays, okay?
Oh, really?
Now, I checked. I just happened to check that day out of curiosity. We got exactly the number of plays as we have episodes, all at the same time, and it wasn't on a Mac or Android. It was off a web browser. And then when I looked where the plays came from, they all came from Vietnam and Canada. And then over the next couple days, we got 600 plays, all from Vietnam. Now, my thought was, when I text you, is our shit either got played because someone, AI downloaded everything for training data, or feds or somebody, some sort of law enforcement ran our shit. And I was like, oh fuck, because you text me right as the ICE thing at the airport was announced, and you're like, oh, I'm at the airport. I was like, oh
oh no.
I was like, did you get your flight?
Oh, that's fucking really funny.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I'm being paranoid or not anymore. What the fuck?
No, I honestly, it was very funny. So we're watching the news the whole way, leading up to me leaving in the first place, because it was already TSA isn't being paid, so a bunch of them aren't showing up, and it's I get that. That's whatever. I don't give a fuck. What that does mean is probably it's going to be long waits at the airport. So we're my first flight was at 8 o'clock in the morning. So we're already okay, how fucking early do I need to be there? Do I need to be there 3 or 4 hours early so I don't miss this flight? And, we're watching up to the day, and it was not I got through the security in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then on the way back, it was the same thing. I'm thinking, okay, LA probably fucked up. Still, they have all that shit going down. None of the airports were on the list of ones that had ICE at them or whatever. So I was I didn't, apparently people were still showing up, and I knew the airport I flew out of was one of the smaller ones out there. So it probably wasn't going to be too crazy. But yeah, I got through again in 20 minutes. It was fine.
Oh yeah. Well, we're kind of getting back. It feels like it's been forever since we've recorded, doesn't it?
Yeah, because it kind of has been.
It has. So we're kind of getting back in our regular rhythm a bit. Do you want to, because I want to hear about your trip, do you want to do How's Week honorables and then break down how it went?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Cool. How was your first week back?
My first week back. So I I wasn't sure what to expect, right? Like I was gone for work. This is the longest like vacation I've had in years. So I wasn't really sure what to expect anyways. But we got back and like everything was like mostly solid. There's a couple of things that like weren't done, but it wasn't because like they couldn't be. It was because like we were waiting on another company to get their shit together so we could do our job. So we, once we got all that settled, we got our first spot back at like, being open at all of our locations. And, it was just a slammed, more people than expected. Just a very busy weekend trying to train new people in like a really chaotic setting. We didn't have water turned on at one of our locations yet.
So just instantly back in the mix.
Yeah. It was a lot, but then it was like, okay, I had a couple interviews to schedule and I had a couple of like, I just did like took the truck in for a fire safety inspection thing today and like, little stuff that like just needed to be done that, one of my employees is sick and another one, needed some time off too. And so I'm like trying to make sure it gets done. And I just, worked for, 7.5 days in a row. Definitely over the, probably just over 60 hours in 7 days, which isn't awful, but it's not great.
It's awful. Fuck that.
It's not, I should say it's not awful compared to what I have done in the past. Like, I've done
but it's
much worse hours.
definitionally awful.
Yeah. So they forced me to take the rest of the day off after I had this thing in the morning. And then, I'm taking tomorrow off also.
Good.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I work with good people. They don't suck. They were like, we don't want you to burn out. You need to take tomorrow off. It doesn't matter if nothing gets done. It's fine. But they're going to get shit done. It's not a problem.
And they held you down while you're off.
Yeah. How was your week?
I'm having a lame week, to be honest. I feel like a spiky boy, like a little porcupine.
It's a very unique feeling.
I want to harm the world, okay? I can't do much with my quills, but I sure would like to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But got double tattooed since we talked last. Got some art done. Things just been okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had a lot of like dumb thinky thoughts, and I feel like they're valid. But that feeling of like trying to put things to words where sometimes it's more difficult than others, and you're like, I'm feeling something, but I'm having a hard time expressing it. And I kind of came back to the thought of like, I don't feel like other people feel like me as much as I sometimes hope. And and it's a double-edged sword, but I've really have found like art, whether it's art, music, whatever, are like really good bridges. Like they're really good connector things to other people to, even if you're not feeling the same thing, it allows a sense of that. And I don't know, I've just been thinking about dumb shit lately, I guess.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I find it easier I find myself distracting myself from things with thoughts that maybe aren't like, it's not necessarily like unhealthy, but it's like borderline. If it's like something to be pushed to that degree, is that kind of what that feels like?
Explain it a different way.
Like, so for me, it's like, not so much of it's like, oh, I want to harm myself, or others, but it's like, I feel angry and I, feel like there's, I'm trying to think of a direct example. I would probably kind of chalk it up to the call of the void thing of like, I could just turn off of this highway. I could just turn into oncoming traffic in it.
I don't get that the same way. There was one of my first death metal albums. That was my alarm clock in high school. There were 2 lyrics that always stuck me. One of them was incinerate the harvest in the name of aggression.
Okay, sick.
Which I just fucking love. And the other one was scar the landscape. And the scar the landscape has like stuck with me in a like artistic theme sense. Yeah, I don't know, like just of like our world really sucks right now, and our country especially fucking sucks right now, and I don't feel like I get very animated by those things, but those aren't the things that like really like emotionally like hit switches for me. But yeah, I feel that like instead, I know a lot of people get the like void, call to the void shit. I feel more like hurt things senselessly call. You know, Fight Club, I want to destroy beautiful things. Yeah.
You know, that's I mean, do you feel like it's intrusive on your life?
Oh, of course. Very.
Okay, fair. I don't know what I was expecting with that.
Very intrusive.
I was partially expecting you to say, like, oh, no, that's fine.
No, it's all good, though. Honorable mentions? Shout out to our homie. I forget if we have said their names on here before, so I don't know if it's worth bleeping them out, but I'm going to say them here anyways. Shout out to our homie Dash. I guess I could shout out his band too. I don't know if that would be good or bad. We should ask him, I guess. Shout out to our homie Dash. I flew into Portland and got with him, and he drove us all the way down the coast. It was really nice. Showed me a bunch of different bands I never heard about. So I have a bunch of new music to check out this summer. I think that's really cool. We've played like a very early days. I think we played one of his songs. What's the current band? Is it The Bong?
So 1,000 Foot Bong is an older project. His new project is Sandcrawler.
Okay.
It's like a sludgy stoner metal.
He likes the sludge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a Star Wars themed.
Oh,
it's
shit.
very sick. Cool. It's super niche and very sick.
Oh, yeah.
But it's pretty cool. And then shout out to all our homies down in LA that were very cool, and they drove around and did shit with me. That was fun.
Oh,
it's a good time.
Man. It's a good trip.
Yeah, kick-ass trip. I'll get more details in a minute. I'd
cool.
see you have an honorable posted here.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you follow the Afro Man court case?
Not super closely, but I was aware of it.
It was a trip, man. I just want to say congrats to Afro Man on behalf of the Trash Cast. Congrats on winning the court case. It was a good win for the rights of artists and freedom of speech. Very cool.
Very cool.
He definitely was pushing some boundaries of like what can be covered in freedom of speech. I think a lot of people don't fully understand the case, but just like hate cops and like Afro Man, which I'm with that too. But he was pretty crazy with it. It was rad. It was a very funny case. He had one of the police chicks crying on the stand. Like he really gave him hell. They abused their power for sure. And then
absolutely
sued him over his songs about that. But
they fucking asked for it.
yeah, for sure. But he went hard as fuck, like a lot harder than I think most people realize, to the point that it could have been, with a bad court or jury. I don't know if it was a jury thing, but
it was a jury thing. Yeah,
it could have been. I think it could have gone differently with a few different factors. That all said, both of us have said for a long time, like, art should be in a special category with its own protections, and I think it's great that he won, and especially with so much other fucked up shit regarding freedom of speech, it was very satisfying to see somebody get a win.
Yeah. Now, I don't know the validity of this, but this whole resurgence of Afro-Man has, I learned something.
The music sucks, to be honest.
I'm not a huge fan. Like, obviously everyone who smoked weed
because I got
has
high.
listened to Because I Got High. And, he knows at least a considerable amount of the lyrics. But I found something out that I don't know, this is verified. But it was from someone who was was on a tour with him, and he had on his merch table was just he was selling weed with his picture on him, and they were in a state where it wasn't recreationally available for sale, and they tried to stop him. He pulled out a piece of paper, gave it to the cops, and apparently because he had it as merch, he was allowed to sell it.
I don't think that will stand, but
yeah, I don't understand. I don't think the validity of it works out. But big if true, and it's pretty. I think that's pretty fun. That's a fun fact.
They still haven't finished changing the drug classification federally, but if it's still, regardless of what the state says, it's illegal federally if they want to charge you. So. Yeah, I don't think there's any loophole if the federal government wants to charge you.
I don't know. It's like I said, big if true. Either way, it's a funny story.
Yeah.
Thought it was cool.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have a couple things we can fuck with, but first, I think you should... also, check out Shark Tokyo Drift on YouTube. I really like this lady. Check her out.
Oh, yeah, it was very cool.
All right. How was Trip?
Trip was good. Trip was very good. I got into Portland. We stayed there for a day or two. Like I said, hung out with Dash there. Gave me a nice tour, kind of an idea of the different areas of Portland. Every city is going to have, this is kind of the bougier spot, and this is kind of the, where working class people live, and this is, where it's all fucked up. And so I got a nice tour of a lot of different, spaces there. Found some nice trinkets to bring home for the family.
Oh, yeah. Before I forget, you should ask him if he wants to put a song at the end of this episode.
Oh, absolutely, I will. I'm going to write that in a text message right now.
Oh, yeah.
2 seconds, so I remember to do that.
I did a couple of his covers for his previous band. I forget if I did one or two. It was a long time ago. But I think it was Curtains. They did a lot of Always Sunny samples in the middle of hardcore sludgy shit. It was rad.
So we did, I told him most of my focus, the things that I wanted to see were nature shit. That's, that's the kind of stuff that we have cities here. I have, buildings and shit here. There are some things where architecture is cool to me, but it's not my main goal. I want to see the nature stuff that I can't see here.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Litmus test for a new friend. All you have to do is ask if they like straight lines and right angles or subtle curves. So easy to tell if they're a good or bad person.
So we did some, we went to it was a waterfall trail thing there, and which I forget the name of. We went to a fish hatchery with a dam that's where they give areas for wild salmon and sturgeon and stuff to rest and lay eggs. Then we drove down the coast. We ate like kings. We did really good. We made it a priority to eat stop at decent places, like ask locals for advice and stuff like that.
I know he does chef stuff also. Does he care about food similar to you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He, like I said, I'm only want to reduce the amount that I'm like, talking about him as far as like a privacy concern.
Yeah.
But he does work with food still. He does a lot of good stuff with that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you guys are probably eating good then.
Yeah. Heavy focus on seafood as we can find it. Which there's a decent amount, but it was like trying to find a place that had, like good local stuff, like fresh caught stuff versus like they bought it frozen kind of shit. Mm-hmm. And we made good on that. We stopped in Coos Bay, which is a small little place along the coast. We went to Cook's Chasm or Thor's Well. That was really nice and pretty. We did the Redwoods. That was probably by far my favorite part of the whole drive down was just getting out and like walking amongst those trees. So I didn't realize how hilly it would be though. And how warm it was that day in Northern California. And I was wearing jeans and boots and I'm pretty sure I had a jacket on and we're walking up basically the side of this mountain and I'm not in shape. And I, was having a little trouble catching my breath at first, but once we got moving, I think I was fine. It was just I wasn't expecting it.
Were the trees overrated? Because I feel like they're overrated. I haven't seen them, so
it depends on how much you like trees, but I would say no. I would say no.
They're just fat trees. Right?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that is just fat trees, but it's some of the ways in which like you realize subtly how old they are. And it's not like you're looking at a thing that's telling you how old it is, but like where there's in one area where there's like a tree that's downed, and then there's another tree where its roots are like in and wrapped around it, like it's growing like up, like it's above this tree. It is like it is using the tree as fertilizer to grow a new tree, and that tree is very big. Also, was probably also hundreds of years old. So like this tree has been downed, and for longer than that tree has been there to take root. And
do you think all the trees are actually connected like a sentient being, like they say clover is, or whatever, or mushroom?
I think that would be cool.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think so either. Yeah, no, I'm just, I don't actually, no, definitely. I know, who said that? I didn't say that. No, it was very sick. It was very cool. And then,
I want to see those pictures for real, though.
Oh, yeah. I'll actually just send you I have a Google Drive. I'll send you a link to.
Oh, yeah.
It was, honestly, it was pretty impressive. I tried to do the thing, so I tried to, like, instead of just, I think the first, like, day or two of the trip, I was just, like, snapping pictures whenever I saw something cool, and I tried to, like, internalize it more. I realized that, like, these pictures are great, but what I want is to, like, remember this feeling and, like, create this memory more than the picture. So I took less pictures throughout the trip as I went, but it was, it was outstanding. It was really cool. Kind of just like you're driving through a part of this forest, and like even if you like push your head up, you have to stick your head out the window to even try to see the tops of them. But even then there's the crowns of the trees are there and you really can't.
There's a clipping issue.
Yeah. It's so wild. There's so, even like the younger ones that are like just very, very tall and they're not even all that wide. They're just massive. And we, heard from different locals, like all these different like offshoots from the highway to like.
Who are the locals? Fucking elves?
So here's the one. Traveling with an extrovert is a good idea. Dash is definitely more extroverted than I am. He would instigate the question of like, hey, if we're looking to hit the, this area here, like do you have any recommendations for like going down that way? And people would just say, oh yeah, if you're going to do that, you should do this. We do it all the time, because for them, it's like, this is local territory. Like this is like a day drive, for us, this is, we're making our way. So, these are people that, like waiters at restaurants or like people at the visitor center or, just like randos at different places we were at. So it was cool to get their recommendations or even people that were like, hey, where's a good place to stop for lunch around here kind of thing. And it was like super, super friendly. Everyone's always, was super nice about it. There were several areas where, we stuck out a little bit.
Really?
Kind of, punkier looking, dressed in all black, and then you're,
what are these magicians doing out here?
Yeah, fucking, all these, very, I would argue just conservative looking areas, Yeah. And, but yeah, everyone was pretty chill. But yeah, and then fucking LA was cool too. Like the place I ended up staying at was kind of far from where everyone was like living, but not like crazy. So, getting around was a little bit more difficult, but it wasn't too bad. And Dash took care of me the whole fucking way down. I got the ride passenger princess the whole fucking way. Just kind of looking out at the pretty scenery, all the fucking the rocks with the waves crashing on the rocks. And, most of the coast, I'm so used to the East Coast where like if you're driving along the coast, typically you're like on the ground level. Like so much of this, you're like up on a fucking cliff looking down at it, hundreds of feet below you. Did you get to put your head on the window? I could have, but I didn't. Oh. I stuck my head out the window a couple times.
No.
Just to feel it and smell it, get the salty air a little bit.
I like when my head rattles on the window for long drives.
What's rattling?
My skull. You have to know what I'm talking about. Like when you're a kid on the bus and you just your head just like bounces sometimes way too hard on the window while you just get to school with the headache. Like fuck.
That was a good drive.
That's when you know you're having them deep thinky thoughts, when your head hurts after.
The condensation on the window's nice and cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a kick-ass trip. I made it back. I was admittedly I was worried about like, travel stuff of like, anything could happen, like what if this is a plane that goes down and like shit like that. And like, those are thoughts I'd never used to have when I traveled. And I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older and the idea of mortality or like I have my niece around now and like I feel more responsibility to be there for somebody. But it wasn't a concern in my head. And then, upon seeing how chill it was like, okay, this is fine. I did do something I'd never done before though. I upgraded both of my seats for the flight back after flying in.
Bougie boy.
It wasn't even like a first class thing or whatever. It was just like extra leg room. And
upgraded to second class?
Yes, if they didn't have a first class, I honestly, I would have considered going. They had an option for first class. So this is Southwest. Southwest doesn't have like...
Bro, fucking airplane space. It's
crazy.
I am at max aggressively angry on an airplane or like I fucking hate it so much. It's literally the economics of like fish in a tin can for maximum profit. It's so uncomfortable and
you know what's the worst part though? I probably would have been fine in the original seats assigned if I hadn't been seated next to the most obnoxious people on every single flight. Like the one I was next to some guy who's like spreading himself out. It looked like he was like,
Are we going back to 2008 man-spreading discourse right now?
He was, a wider set guy anyways, as am I.
Maybe he just had very big balls. Did you ever think of that?
This is like his arms and his shoulders and shit. He was like, like at alert and attention the whole time, and he's in the aisle. And then the woman
maybe
next
you're
to
judging
me,
him too prematurely. Maybe he had a surgery with magnets placed in each arm, and if they got too close, they would stick together forever. Did you ever think of that?
He should have taken the fucking arms off before the surgery.
No.
Or before the flight.
What if he was saving
problem.
those arms for a surgery that he was transplanting them to a homeless person?
What? For the sake of the hour and a half that I had to suffer on that seat, I'm good.
Damn, you're condemning homeless amputees to be armless forever? Okay.
Yep.
If that's how you want to live. So this dude's straight octopusing in the plane, huh?
And I believe in the unspoken rule of, if you have the aisle seat, you have the leg room. You have like the aisle and the little extra you can lean over that way.
Well, of course.
If you have the window, you have the window, and you have like that wall you can kind of lean against. In the middle, you're trapped. So you get the armrests.
You're hostage.
Yeah. So you should get those armrests.
Mm-hmm.
And he definitely tried to share that armrest with me. I did my like subtle thing of trying to make it like, okay, this is mine and I'm going to take it.
You were the middleman?
I was the middleman. That's the thing. If you don't, that's why they charge for the seats like individually, so that you could you pay when you first sign up. You can pay like $30 to make sure that you get a window seat or something, or you can pay $50 and get like a seat with extra leg room or something.
It's so fucking dumb. Holy fuck.
When we first booked the flights, I was like, I'll be fine. Like I don't care if I fucking get middle seat. It's no big deal. The flights aren't that fucking long. I'll be fine.
How long was it?
So the first flight, it was connecting both ways, of course. So I flew into Chicago, and then I went from Chicago to Portland. So the one to Chicago from Michigan is like an hour, and then the one from Chicago to Portland was like 3.5 or 4 hours. And then the way back, I went from LA to Phoenix, and then from Phoenix to Michigan. That one was the longest.
Why are you doing all these connectors? Did you just need to go to every state?
My dude. Yeah, I just needed to.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's the direct flights are always more expensive. So, and sometimes not even offered. So you
just thought you'd play pinball with your body all over the country.
It's fine. No. Still better than driving. Anyways, we got after the second flight. So here's the other one. I paid for the extra leg room and the extra like space and whatever. Okay. And I get on this flight, and sure enough, still it's like the people next to me on the first flight. This was actually on the way from Chicago to Portland. I take this back. I was going to mix this up. On the way from Chicago to Portland, I'm stuck between these people. And there is a man in the window, and I'm in the middle, and then this woman is on the aisle seat. And they both walk up at the same time and are like, "Oh, I think we're in this row here." And I said, "Great." And I get up and I get to talking to them, and they introduce themselves after we sit down, and they tell me that they are married. And I said, "Oh
my God.
Do you want me to like swap seats with one of you two so you could sit together?" And they were like, "No,
we hate each other.
We book these on this way on purpose." I was like, "Okay,
what perverts?"
Yeah, that's how I felt. It was very weird, and it was very like she was trying to she kept talking to me, and I was very trying to still be nice as to not but not trying to continue conversation.
Right.
And I kept trying to put my headphones in a little bit.
Swingers? Or are they just trying to
that was very much the vibe I was getting.
Do you think actually though?
I don't know.
That's very odd behavior to intentionally leave a gap to talk to the middle person.
Now, it could be that okay, they travel a lot and they think the same thing of he likes window seats, she likes aisle seats. They pay extras on Southwest to get those seats. I don't know.
I've never
but it's still that's weird.
I've never had a partner who would prefer to have a chance to sit next to a stranger if they didn't have to.
Right. That's how I thought too. But anyways,
no shot.
So we're maybe halfway through this flight. Before she gets up to get something from one of her bags. And this is when I realize she only has one arm.
Okay.
I didn't know the whole time.
She let the magnets. She let the magnets connect.
Yeah.
Were they hot?
No, not at all.
Okay. That's a bummer.
But I didn't think about it. Because I'm looking at their faces and I'm not like,
I hate that feeling when you have that tunnel vision because of like social, like,
yeah,
it's not even anxiety. You're just like dialed in because you have to. Yeah. And then you pull out of the conversation when there's a lull and you're like, oh fuck, these people are insane. What am I into?
I thought for like just a minute and then I was like, well, at least I for sure get this armrest. And like, I don't have to feel bad about taking this armrest. So that was a fun. And then, of course, when the flight goes to land, they're talking to me again and all this other shit. And I tried to get out of there as soon as possible, but that was it was goofy.
Were they nefarious? What was going on?
They just had a weird. It was just weird, man. I don't know. It's fucking stranger danger. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like people. I've very much embraced the idea of I'm just a hermit now, and I'm okay with that. I like being alone. I like being in my own space. That being said, I am going to go back to California at some point, and you should come with me.
I would
it's
probably be
pretty
down.
cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, here's the other one. I was expecting the whole way to like share hotel rooms to like save money. And because I snore, that was Dash is apparently a very light sleeper. And, I feel bad because he had to, get separate rooms, but, I did enjoy.
Nice too.
Yeah, I had my own privacy along the way. So that's cool.
Fucking hate snorers. You guys are so fucking obnoxious, bro. Just fucking breathe right. Holy fuck.
You know what's funny is the first night I was at his house, I woke up and I thought, man, I don't like. Sometimes like my throat hurts in the morning when I know I've been snoring.
Oh yeah.
Like, and at least it's dry. Like I can tell my mouth's been open. I can tell. So it wasn't. And I was like, oh, cool. I don't think I snored all night. And then he comes out and he was like, yeah, your snoring is pretty brutal. I don't think that's going to work. I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah. Dude, I was going to say I could deal with it with headphones, but I don't think I can. I have like so many triggers with snoring. I just cannot deal with it.
That's fully understandable.
I almost killed my brother when we were kids because he had restless leg syndrome, and his leg would bounce, and I legitimately strangled him far too long. Like, we're adults now and probably should have a conversation about it long.
Damn.
I can't deal with snoring or boot. I hate it, bro. I can't sleep with anyone around me. We're about to... You hear it works well for happy couples, and it's like... I think it's a relationship exacerbator. Like, if you're doing well, having a second bed can be a bonus, but if you're doing poorly, I think it makes the relationship worse. But we're looking at a second bed type situation because I'm an insomniac and she's a goofy girl. It makes noises and it's like a light sleeper.
I've heard, especially for people who've lived together for a while, it can be a really good thing because it makes, that's the like distance makes the heart grow fonder, but it doesn't create like a large gap of space that, they're still just in the other room, or even I've heard of people like having, like houses down the street or apartments in the similar buildings. And it's like, it's just worked better that way because they both have their own space.
That's a bit excessive, sense. But I could see it. But we're our anniversary's next weekend, which is, I always do these cards every year, and 2 years ago I put the wrong year. And
no!
ever since we cannot remember what year it is. But I think I got sober pretty shortly after we started dating. I think it's like 8 years now, which is
Nice.
crazy. We've been together for 8 years. It feels very surreal that much time has passed. It's just true.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I had to come to grips with the fact that I've been up here for like
10, 12.
It'll be
No, more than
this
that.
year will be 10. This will be this will be 11 years
Yeah.
because I moved up here like right after I turned 24.
Damn.
It's pretty wild shit.
Fuck yeah, it is.
I've lived
wild.
in this place. Well, that's not true. I was going to say I've lived in this place longer than anywhere else, but definitely longer than anywhere else in my adult life. But just a couple more years and I'll be here for at least as long as I was in Cincinnati.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah. And I've spent more than half of my living life in the food service industry.
Yeah. Yeah, I just can't picture myself leaving here. Like, I can get down with some travel, but it's not... I would like to travel to see people, but traveling itself is not my thing. And I can't imagine... I just don't want to be anywhere. The idea of, like, having to... I mean, you really went out on a limb to try doing something new. Or going... That was a bold move,
More or
You went
less.
a couple places, but...
Michigan had a safety net as well, though. Like, my cousin lives up here and, he has, I had other connections like within food stuff up here. So it wasn't
still a bold move though. You know what I mean? You're trying some shit,
Yeah. And I really, like I said, I fucking love it up here. It's really sick.
Yeah.
And it drives me insane that you won't leave Cincinnati, but I respect the dedication.
I think what it is like, as angry as I am with my family, oftentimes I can't really picture them not being in my life, which is kind of weird to say, but
that's fair.
I think it's true.
There is the thing where like, oh, it's only like 4.5 hours away, but it's like that's 4.5 hours.
Bro,
that's 9 hours driving.
I love my sister. She lives 2 hours away. I've never visited her ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel shitty about it, but I legitimately fucking hate traveling. The idea of like traveling 2 hours to see something, it's like, I hate, I hate time and I hate like moving. Everything about it is just like so miserable to me.
I hate time and places.
Yeah, dude, I hate time. I hate places. I hate cars. I hate I hate it all, bro. It's like it might as well be an ocean away. It's just so brutal for me.
We should definitely talk about going to LA together.
I would go just because I know I'd have fun with you.
Yeah. It would. Yeah, we would make a good time of it. That was the other. So Dash and I hit every available hot tub on the way down.
Fuck yeah! No.
It was dope. It was very good.
Got to. That's what hot tubs are. Hot tub. Holy shit, bro. Kill me.
on the way, it was like, cold as fuck outside, and most of the time, you got to go outside to like go to where the hot tub is. So we'd find it, like sit in there for a minute, try our best to dry off, and then run back to the room. It's cold as fuck.
Yeah. I love that. Any other good random? You didn't get molested by the amputee swingers?
No, didn't get that.
Damn.
On the way back, there was a couple older people in the seats next to me. I had a window seat for the longest part of the ride, and I was trying
window
really.
Seats are overpowered. It's you have so much control of everyone else's atmosphere. It's a lot of power. And
now here's one. So I took it was like the very front row of the plane, and there were 2 windows. I had access to 2 whole windows.
And you're in the front of the plane, which means everyone's more likely to mimic your window positioning.
Yeah,
so you really have a lot of power for a passenger.
So I had one of them open for takeoff and whatever, and then I did the cordial thing. I was like, hey, let me know if the windows are bothering you, whatever. I'm just gonna, like, I'm down with them being open. And they were like, oh yeah, cool. I'll probably want to nap a little bit, halfway through. I'll let you know. It was fine. Because I still had this other one closer to me that was like right up to the side of my head that I could keep like cracked open, that I had some light. It was nice.
Ugh. The idea of a stranger asking me about a window. Oh.
That's where it's, for me, it's like I'm better off in my head of like, I'm going to bring it up before it becomes a thing. Before it's like there's a weird social thing of like they reach out to me and have like a weird wear energy with it.
Headphones and glare at them. No, I don't even listen to music. I just use it as a social symbol. But I feel like the
just sit in silence,
grinding my teeth.
Just visibly tweaking out.
I feel like the etiquette is you leave them open on takeoff. Everybody gets to see the dumb shit, and as soon as you're up there, you close them for the rest of the flight. With some of that, I believe to be true. It depends on how long the flight is, though. Like, I want to look at, the areas we're flying over. Sometimes. Yeah, you would want to do that. You're the motherfucker. You're the motherfucker that's fucking up everyone else's sleep and nap time.
You know what? It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Fuck you and your nap time.
How do you know I didn't take 20 Ambien to catch a 20-minute nap on this hour flight?
If you took 20 Ambien, it doesn't matter if the windows are open or not.
Hey, if I don't take at least 20, I'm not going down. I can take like 19 easy.
I take 19 and go to work. Like, what are you talking about?
There's nothing better than driving fast while snorting Ambien, bro. I'm telling you, you get in a weird place.
Just fucking close your eyes, let Jesus take the wheel. Let the Hat Man come and take you away.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, it was a good trip. It was nice. I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that being said, we've already killed a good... it's a 50 minutes of recording time so far.
I say we press ahead.
Okay, let's fucking go for it. That was all I wanted was your confirmation.
If you get frisky, just let me know. Okay.
Oh, I've been frisky.
All right.
Go ahead.
Agenda.
Tell me what fucking... This is idea 3 of the other 2 scrapped ideas.
Agenda item number 1, small cracks theory.
Uh-huh.
Which I rolled out in the last patch update of I forget what that episode was called. It was my review of the debate.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So I've been feeling very validated on this idea lately.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm becoming a bit, I don't know if jaded is the right word, but definitely frustrated that I'm continuing to find it much more true than I initially thought. And have you played with this much since then by chance?
I definitely haven't dissected it or thought about it in any meaningful way. No.
Okay. So
I agree with the fundamental idea.
But I feel like it's overlooked. People think like, oh, the narcissism of small differences. Like it's you're being either overly critical or looking for reasons to disagree, or there's like an ego thing involved. But I truly am finding that I'm finding that small differences between people are very much worth interrogating, because they often will lead the hidden fissures of larger disagreements.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
I feel like it's really easy to kind of put things aside or like to bridge those gaps with people because they aren't that big of a deal, right? Like, especially in like a political movement, like there's always going to be differences. And some of that you should accept or be willing to overlook. But interpersonally or artistically or like people you want close, right? I don't want there to be big ideological gaps. I want a more I don't want to be close to someone I have a large disagreement with.
Mhm.
And I don't think that's like something you make no exceptions or you don't work to like bridge those things or whatever, but I don't like ignoring the small cracks.
Yeah. I think that's valid. Like I said, I think I'm mostly I agree with you. I think I also find that to be true. The question that I feel like usually comes up with it is is it valid that there are more underlying things? It's how deep do I need to go with this person? Like how typically in most of the time, like I'm having conversations with people that I find these small cracks with, it's like this conversation is going to be over in 5 minutes and we're going to go separate ways and I may or may not ever see this person ever again.
I think that's fair, but
so that's where, so for me, it's like, I'm not typically,
but I would
it's
like
not
to know the status of where I place them categorically in my mind after that conversation is over in case I see them again, opposed to like being an unknown or whatever. Like, you ever have that like run in with someone and like something political comes up or something pops up on the news and they say something that kind of leaves you wondering, like, oh, what type of person? Yeah, that shit. I like knowing, and I've been running my interrogations of people on this. I'm trying to ignore it less, and I'm finding that truly, with as minimal as even 2 or 3 questions of digging, it's leading me to incredibly disappointing places. I feel like two well-aimed questions can reveal as much as you need oftentimes. We're like, do I let this fish go back into the ocean where I may encounter again, or do I want to tag that son of a bitch now?
Right.
And no, they have too much lead in them or whatever.
Well, my advice to you, Stephen, is, bathe in the glory of your vindication.
I do feel vindicated on it, but
yeah, you it's like I said, I would second what you're saying without having, even having as much thought into it. I already kind of feel that way anyways with the small amount of like thinking about it that I've done. I also find that to be true.
Yeah. It's very disillusioning, though.
Yeah.
I remember mentioning on here, like, I have to intentionally not be specific, someone a bit younger than me that's a big Fuentes fan, right, in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like 2 questions is all I need. It's like, unless someone else is also in a like highly conscientious or like really is into a thing or thinks about it a lot, like 2 questions dismantles like half of what they think sometimes. And I don't know, I don't like letting things go anymore. I feel very spiky,
Yeah. I think that's a condition of, I mean, partially of it's just experience in general, but like, I feel like that sometimes that's sort of how I feel like when I am otherwise stressed out about like life stuff, and then I feel like I'm bombarded with, it doesn't always have to be like news or something. It can just be like, my algorithm's fucked for some other reason or something. And I'm like, that's part of the reason why I don't really do social media that much anymore, is because it's too much of something. Yeah. It's like, and that's like not helping. It's not good for me. And it makes me just like kind of like just more frustrated. And it's like, I don't know if it's like, am I the problem at this point, or so it's like, it's just not healthy. It's like, if you can turn that into something more constructive for yourself, I can see that being useful.
Here's what I think has been bothering me lately is I feel like part of it is I do have like, I'd say like higher than the average like anxiety, but I have other things that bother me more, where like socially I'm attracted to like weird fucked up people, and I'm willing to kind of embrace a lot of madness, you know what I mean, out of in part enjoying it and part just not wanting to fucking deal with it.
Right.
But I've been having the feeling, I think more and more getting older, that I'm not so much worried about how I'm classifying what category of person I think they are, but I don't like the idea of leaving conversations where other people have miscategorized me. And I look back on like a lot of social interactions in my head, and I feel like I didn't leave the impression that I felt. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Where like I'm willing to like tolerate a lot of things because I find it interesting, where I don't want to be bothered with Sherlock Holming a disagreement. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I think I think it leaves false impressions to not sometimes. And that my feelings are often stronger than I think what I've left people with.
That's fair. I'm trying to think of an example where I resonate with that, but most of them involve like same idea with like it's someone at work, like it's a customer I'm talking to, and it's like I'm just not getting into. It's sometimes with customer service, you just got to say that's crazy and move on. That's what people are wild, and just keep on going.
But I want more people to know I loathe them.
Yeah.
I think that's like truly half of my bitterness is like I want people to know.
I want you to know that I hate you, and I want you to know why, and I want you to understand.
I don't want them left
feelings.
with the feeling of like, oh, we're categorized in like a friendly category or like a whatever. Like I want you to know I don't like you. I don't like what you said or what you're thinking or why you thought I would like what you were saying. Like I wanted to, I don't know, to be more like outright with how I'm feeling, I think.
Yeah.
It's a thought. All right, agenda number 2. Yeah?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, this is the tricky one, okay?
I did read a little bit of this.
Okay.
I gotta tell you.
So, would you like to run the angry banana stand hypothetical?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. To start, all right, how do I want to start? All right. If I say the words retrospective justification, does anything come to mind, or have you ever thought about that idea without explaining it further? Does that conjure any?
Isn't that just basic? Isn't that just vindication?
Yes, but what I'm thinking, I spent like a decent amount of time going through the Stanford philosophy website of like trying to find, like, to tie it to a real theory. But this is just something I've been playing with, and there are probably better words, or someone's wrote something better than what I'm thinking. Like you said, vindication. I'm thinking of like, let me run it. We'll come back.
Okay.
So this is a very rough hypothetical that needs some fleshing out, so bear with me. Hypothetically, all right, we're entering the hypothetical. Let's say you, Ricky, own a banana stand, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're out there slinging nanners, stacking
Dick's
bread.
Nana Stand.
Hell yeah, on a nice sunny day. And a stranger passing by decides to give you a hard time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You get into talking, and this fella does not like your business practices and business philosophy. Doesn't like the cut of your jib and how you do things. Things get personal, and it escalates, okay? So you have a new ideological enemy out there in the world, okay? Because you don't like how each other's living, all right?
Right.
Time passes. You eventually start noticing that you're getting some pretty bad Yelp reviews. And you even get some death threats coming in on your company's public social media page. Now, eventually, you realize it's all coming from that same guy, and he's determined to get your business shut down. All right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then one day, out of the blue, this gentleman decides to drive his car right through your banana stand, and it's a bloodbath. He kamikazes his Cadillac right through the line of customers to destroy your banana stand once and for all. He claims the lives of 5 customers and your coworker. Okay, tragedy has struck.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately for you, you had just left the shop to get more chocolate sauce and returned shortly after to discover the wreckage. The police and ambulances hadn't even arrived yet. Incensed by this horrific incident, you swear revenge, but the driver's already deceased. So what do? You had sworn revenge, and someone has to pay for what he did to your goddamn banana stand and all these innocent people. In a moment of divine inspiration, you think to check the man's glove box before the authorities arrive. You're able to reach through the window of the smoking car without disturbing the crime scene. Too much. It's a bit tricky to open, slippery from the man's bashed out brains, but nevertheless, you find what you're searching for. Inside the glove box is the title to the car and some other assorted papers that contain the driver's address. You quickly flee the scene and make a stop at your house. You pet your cats and grab your Glock. You proceed to drive to the man's address and exact swift justice. First you kill the man's family, and then you kill the man's neighbors, and then you kill the neighbor's neighbors, and then the neighbor's neighbor's neighbors, and so on and so forth, until you exterminate the entire neighborhood. All right, are you ready for the question?
Yeah.
These are just things I was thinking about at 3 a.m. last night. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so the question is, can the response to an action ever retrospectively justify the initial action? Can the excessive or disproportionate brutality of vengeance ever justify the initial wrongdoing? Or does that follow?
It does follow.
Like, is what you did exterminating this person's entire neighborhood ever so extreme that it justifies the initial kamikazing of your banana stand? And I before you dive in, I would say that this is basically 9/11 in a nutshell. Right. All right. You hear these quotes by fucking loser streamers, 9/11 is justified. I've said similar. And there's the whole theory of blowback, all that shit. How I truly feel is that our response to things such as terror, attacks, or whatever, have historically, or at least in our lives, been so fucking barbaric and stupid that it borders on retrospectively justifying whatever the fuck they did because it paled in comparison to our reaction. And I want to tie this into a bit of what's happening today with all this Iran shit. But I just, the idea of, and there's probably a better phrasing or wording, but what do you think about this dumb thought I'm having of retrospective justification?
Where it's tough. I see the vision here. I don't know if justification is maybe the correct word. If I'm
being frank, I feel like there's something wrong. Or I feel like there's some sort of flaw in this thinking, but I also feel like there's a thread of truth to it.
There's something there. I'm not going to deny that. There's something there. I'm trying to process this in a way because there's lots
of things with like 9/11 that pre-justify like all of our foreign involvement that built the conditions for something like it to happen. Like I'm not sure. Time only goes one way. I get that. And it's a much more complicated thing. And what both parties did is obviously wrong. But yeah. I think so many people, especially like political or violent events, they get very blinded by bias or poisoned by patriotism. And I think looking back on like 9/11, it's so obvious that people were not examining things very honestly. The polling after the towers fell was something to the effect of 80 to 90% of our country wanted to go to war for revenge, not knowing who even did the attacks, not knowing which country they cared. No one gave a fuck. They just wanted to go to a desert and kill people. And I think the things done in response were so excessive, so disproportionate, ineffective, and self-harming to our own population that now it is much more often clearly seen as a mistake or at least out of control.
Yeah. Here's I think the part that I'm mostly hung up on.
Okay.
It's the actions taken after an event, no matter how diabolical, like it's not that it justifies the person driving into my banana stand.
Right.
It
like validates it though.
To a certain degree. I don't even know if validates. It validates closer. Yeah. It's definitely more, it feels like a better verbiage. like I said, there's something there. I agree. There's something there. I don't know if
My cat's
the
crying.
justification. Yeah, I've heard her a couple times.
Oh my god!
It sounds very cute.
About the 9/11 her. She There's something like if like I feel like there's so many like easy like gang war examples, or like even Satanism like bash his face in 1,000 times. Like there's a world in which I feel like there's a string of truth that maybe we're not identifying, but there is something there. But the problem is it always will justify more excessive retribution.
Yeah.
And in many ways, that's what we're seeing our Department of War doing now. But there's something of like, oh, if my enemy really was going to do such heinous things, then I could be validated to have done whatever, because they always were going to be so evil or whatever. I mean, we see so much of this thinking with Israel-Palestine too. But it's not that I feel like this is the right thought, but I can't like put my finger on what feels, the part of it that feels right.
Yeah.
Because there's something.
There's the thing of like, like retribution begets further retribution kind of thing. Like it just creates a cycle of vengeance that like there is something within that, this thought process of like, yes, but
well, let's simplify it. If I have an enemy that is willing to genocide, whatever, and my family lineage, or like is willing to do untold harm, then I feel like you are justified in near everything, which is like a lose-lose condition set. Yeah. But that's why
it's the kind of thought process that creates martyrs.
It is, but like and we've talked about it before, when I examine like in Israel-Palestine, that's why like I feel like the ideologies at play are such undervalued and should be more explicitly valued by more people, of like, what do these sides actually believe? Because the actions are constrained by like physical reality. The ideology is like, if that physical reality shifts, what is the capacity of the two parties, Yeah. Where I feel like if I have an enemy that has an unlimited capacity, I have nearly unlimited validation.
This is while I was away, and still to this day, anytime that I talk about the podcast, this is the part that I always tell people is probably my favorite part, is when you bring to me an idea that you've had time to stew on for a little bit, and then I'm put into a position to make to come up with a snap decision,
civilizations
on
hang
something,
in the balance.
Yeah, like something that is a massive quandary of thought, and I think it's fun. I think it's the funniest bit that we have. But this in particular is one where it is, I find it hard to express
what is the risk
thoughts on this, on such no not that I just mean like I'm personally having trouble finding the right words, because I would like more time to think on it. To be satisfied with giving a response to it. Like I said, for the most part I agree. I think there's something there that I tend to agree with, but there is something off that I don't have the verbiage for.
Well, when you do like engage with it later, I think the hypothetical is valid. Like if you had a enemy on the street who decides to kill your customers and banana stand, but your response was going to be exterminating their entire neighborhood, would you feel like they were justified in the thing they did?
You know, the question, I guess it doesn't matter for the hypothetical. I was going to say, like, are my thoughts or the opinions that they disagree with, like my own personal current actual opinions, or are they that of a person whom, in my mind, I believe is possible of, you know, murdering an entire neighborhood?
That goes back to capacity, right? Like,
Yeah.
of what they were. Well, the part that ties in is, like, how we might feel about a thing doesn't matter when we live in a country where we actually are threatening to end civilizations without good justification, without good cause, with just war theory being fucking thrown in the trash. And the people don't even need a 9/11. We don't need a terrorist attack. We don't need the lies about weapons of mass destruction. We don't need the polling or a vote, because we just have a mad king who can decide it all for us, for himself. The fate of two countries, two civilizations, just tinkering under threats of nuclear war. And the part that makes me, I think, the most angry, because people don't want to hold them to any responsibility for their actions, just the same way they don't hold the people in the pews or the voters. No one wants to hold the individuals accountable, but we have all of these dogmen, soldiers, who will carry out the will of the king and do whatever if the king points and snaps his fingers, the dogmen will fucking kill whatever he chooses. I fucking hate these soldiers so fucking much. Did you hear the pilots that went down?
No.
These two the day after Trump says all the radar, we have total sky control, all radar has been shut down, no communication, we're bombing the bridges, he's threatening the power plants, he says, oh, I might drop a nuke tomorrow. The day after he says that, they shoot two of our fucking jets out of the sky. They instantly save one of the pilots, the second one ejects, and he's in the desert, crawling for over 24 hours. They line up a massive invasion/search party that Trump fucking says his generals advised him not to do because it was like a ridiculous operation, right? Happens to go successfully because a soldier crawls out. He sends off his homing beacon, whatever, and his message back to the troops is, his first message after being missing in enemy territory for 24 hours is, God is good. And that's how they knew the soldier was okay, and then they sent the troops in to save our boy. And that shit makes me fucking furious. They're sending pastors to give all these biblical hype up Armageddon speeches. The soldiers are fucking that are saying God is good as they're getting shot down over a war they have no business doing. We're threatening to fucking kill everyone. It's just so fucking infuriating. And it's just so simple that we are the terrorists. When it comes to this, we just are the terrorists. I'm like, it is infuriating. Like, I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's insane. Like, I feel like there's infinite justification for them and none for us right now.
Agreed.
I fucking hate Islam. I hate the Ayatollah. Yeah. I fucking hate these places.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And I'm rooting for our pilots to be fucking butchered in the desert right now.
Yeah.
And these
should say something.
And these young
guys
not that
you're like, oh, you're sucking their dick or whatever. You also hate them. It's like, yeah, but also I can see how we are fucking up right now. This is a very, very bad look at the very least.
We've broken trust with the rest of the world. No one wants to be our ally. We're threatening other countries to. I mean, it's just these young. I just hate that the soldiers, even a lot of these Democrat leaders are still like, oh, I think we should go along with the attacks because we can't let down our troops. We can't let down our boys.
Oh,
fuck that shit.
Eat shit.
Dude,
all the shit.
These young men, soldiers, are the worst people. This archetype of young soldier, young American soldier, is the worst type of person. I just want to be locked in a room with I will eat them. I want to eat these people. I hate it, bro.
There's the quote of the greatest financial decision that America ever made was to worship the veterans instead of actually helping them.
Say that again?
The greatest financial decision that America ever made was to worship the veterans instead of helping them. Like, put out the message of like, oh, we stand for our troops, we support our troops, but then like actually like don't do anything that actually benefits them or takes care of them in any meaningful way. So the people that you end up having sign up for, you know, trying to
the glory and
the glory. Yeah, exactly. It's like they're not really fucking getting anything in return. And so therefore you have less people that are like educated and like actually could do really impressive things if they, you know, wanted to, that want to do it.
What drives me like up the wall though is like, of course the president is far more responsible than the average jet pilot dropping these bombs, right?
Yeah, of course.
Why? First off, fuck the Democrats too right now. I'm so over
100%.
I'm probably going to vote Democrat the rest of my life. I'm like, fuck them. Like, fuck the super far left progressive shit, but fuck regular Democrat. Like, fuck the Republicans way, way more. Fuck anyone on the right. But they're not saying any of the right shit you would expect right now. And I don't understand why no one is angry at the soldiers themselves, too. Like, just because Trump's far more responsible doesn't mean the guys dropping these fucking bombs on bridges.
Well, he gave their dads pardons. Too. He gave their dads pardons for January 6th.
I mean, there's so much truth to that. But I just, all of like, unjust conflicts, the soldiers never are to blame. I mean, Vietnam, I guess there was more of that thinking of like being pissed with the troops. That's probably like the most extreme example. But generally, the soldiers are like very immune from the orders they're carrying out, or blame for the orders they're carrying out.
Yeah, well, they're just following orders, Stephen.
It's just so infuriating. Like all the dudes that Hegseth ordered to double tap the fucking fishing boats and shit.
Yeah.
Every fucking one of them should be charged.
Yeah.
There's no immunity just because you were given the order. Like, I just, but I feel like so many people that I previously say on our side, right? The quotes on our side. These people don't think that way, or they don't want to say that, or it's just like too tedious of a position. Because you're looked at like as a traitor for criticizing fucking killers because they're representing the country. I just can't handle it. Like I think, like fuck soldiers way, 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 way more than police. Like unless it's a just war, like a very just cause, there is no just soldiering. They're dogmen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dogmen, bro.
Dogmen. That dog breath.
You just zap
dog.
them.
The dog shit in their on their tongue.
Fuck whatever they want. It's just, oh man.
Yep. Fuck them.
But I feel like we need. I don't think like my rhetoric is a like political solution here.
Agreed.
But there has.
We're not here to change shit. We're here because we don't have the ability to change shit.
Yeah, I think going back to that previous discourse in the debate, I think some of it is we want to change shit, but more of it's we want to express ourselves.
Yeah.
But I just like the banana stand, I think there's at least a thread of truth. I think there's a fucking rope of truth to we need to reevaluate our relationship with our armed servicemen.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I'm sure there's better rhetoric, but there has to be, if someone's going to be on our side at all, there has to be a better address of this. And it's just completely not there right now. Like, I don't even hear people in leadership positions on the left truly condemning the war on ideological grounds. Like, there's some, but not much, and not for good reasons. It's all like, most of it's been like dumb reasons, and not like there's like no voice of morality. The last interview with Karen Levitt, which is it's just like a clown show joke thing. The reporters will get kicked out if they're too critical or they're ignored. They're very limited, but even still, they're all so fucking spineless. Like, barely even touching on the question of like, how can we, the United States be a, voice of moral authority in the world when we're threatening to end civilizations. And of course, it's not answered, it's not addressed, but
of course not.
Why aren't we hearing louder voices on this from the left's leadership? And of course, like, that sounds just like a failure of the left, and I think it is to some extent, but the truth is that it's because of the complete failure of anything on the right to the point there should never be an expectation that they could address it. Although it is very frustrating to hear fucking ghouls like Tucker Carlson give better pushback than
I did hear him talking shit.
And it's frustrating as fuck, because fuck that dude. He should...
Yeah, that dude just fucking can eat shit and die.
Absolutely eat shit and die. But it's frustrating to hear him have some better condemnations and...
Sort of a base take a little bit.
Yeah, like a little bit compared to... Like, I just am not hearing... Like, and I think some of it is people are just so burnt out. It's like, we're already in Russian genocide mode. Who the fuck's gonna stop them? Democrats don't have the political power to do that much, so let them make their own errors. But there has to be a better voice of condemnation.
Yeah, it's infuriating. It's infuriating. It's just, boy, the pride, the American pride, that has never really been there. Boy, it's never been harder to feel it.
It's just, it's, you could argue how much it's been there or not, but there are levels of betrayal.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely, yes. There was at least a time where I felt like, look, I don't like the people involved. I think there are problems with the system.
Right.
But I think there's a part of me that believes that
there are some things worth preserving.
Yeah, and in good faith that this could operate well, that this could be set up in a way and operated well with the right people involved in good faith. And more just over and over and over again, it feels like all the people that you thought you could maybe they'll be good. Maybe they can bring an energy that's going to help get people thinking about the right things and pushing for the right direction. And they just absolutely spineless, just, will stomp on all of your any bit of a feeling of patriotism you ever had. It just feels like it's over and over again.
Demented Clouds and Dogmen. Like the first outline I wrote was about that Save Our Kids Act, the freedom of speech on the internet, and I kept like looking at what I'm writing, and it's like the expectation to privacy online or whatever is so beyond dead, and freedom of speech is so tenuous that like writing it just felt so fucking dumb. Where you're like, whatever is gonna happen is gonna happen, but this shit is like, we're so far down the tracks of like the root problems and how it's manifesting that like writing another thing about how I feel about freedom of speech on the internet while like everything's so fucked on it and we're threatening to drop nukes on people. It's like, it's just fucking dumb. It's just like,
it feels pointless.
Yeah. But nevertheless, for better or worse, still have to say it. I can't. I think I would feel way worse if I wasn't, even if no one's hearing it, at least I have a recording of myself saying something I can listen back to in 20 years or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
At least some kind of proof that not everyone was just so far out of the fucking loop.
Yeah, like, at least I know how I felt, or maybe someone else does too. But that kind of goes back to earlier, or even if it's not the exact same feelings, it offers some sort of a bridge.
Yeah.
That said, I think we should switch gears. End us on a high note.
Here, quick. Think of something happy and good.
Instill us with some hope or
I gotcha. Actually.
Okay, go.
There were at least 2 times that a particular joke was run across me at least on this trip.
Okay.
So, one of my favorite stories from the trip, actually. We, as we're going through the Redwoods, we stopped at a visitor center. And at the visitor center, we asked them for a map and they gave it to us. And then an old man that was there came up to us and said, which way are you going? Are you heading somewhere after this? And we were like, oh yeah, we're heading down to, Arcata. And he was like, oh, great. So after you go through this map here, this path will spit you out and it'll put you back on 101. And then you'll go down and you'll end up on, exit, 765. You'll see, all the mile markers and you'll see an exit for 765.
Okay.
That's 567 backwards.
And you said this joke hit multiple times.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on.
Okay. 765.
So, 765.
Okay.
That's 567 backwards.
Okay.
And Dash and I are both like, okay, cool.
How does that help?
So we were like, we didn't think about it. We didn't really think it. So we get down to we get out of the Redwoods. We get back on 101. We're looking for exit signs. There's none of them. No fucking exits off of this road.
Okay.
Because it's like a coastal road. It's like a scenic thing. Mm-hmm. There's nothing. And
like
for the couple turnouts that there were like not non-existent. We're like, that man was a ghost. That man didn't exist. Like there's no exits here. What could it possibly mean?
Okay.
And then Dash said he just casually 6-7'd us. And got away with it. I mean, he said 5, 6. Why else would you say it backwards? 5, 6, 7 backwards.
5, 6, 7.
So we didn't believe him until we did end up finding the trail, and then we did take the trail, and it was nice. Then on the way back, sitting in the airport, and they're calling the zones. And they're like, Zone 1 can now board. Now boarding Zone 2. Zone 3 can line up, and then he gets to now boarding Zone 6, 7 can line up, and.
You think people are doing it intentionally?
I think there is an intentional way that he said it differently than he said the other ones.
I'm not a fan of this show.
I think it's funny. I thought it was good.
Why? There are two numbers that go next to each other.
Exactly. And it's the internet thinks it's funny, and Gen Alpha thought it was funny. They don't anymore now that everyone else has ruined it. But I still think it's funny. I thought it was good. Don't be a stick in the mud. Don't be a fucking boomer, Steven.
I'm not a hater.
It's funny. Funny.
I feel like it's
not funny. That's why it's funny.
It's the lowest branch of comedy.
Oh, for sure. But that's never stopped me before.
Yeah, but 69 was way better
love those.
than 67.
I love all those low branches with that low-hanging fruit. It's right there. I don't have to work for it. It's right. Delicious. All that low-hanging fruit. It's delicious.
Do you really want to be part of the culture?
We're all part of the culture, whether we want to be or not.
No. We are outside of culture, my friend.
That is not true, and it's never been true, and you're lying to yourself.
I'm the arbiter of culture. Okay?
So you're the arbiter of what now? I'm sorry?
Of culture.
But you're not a part of it.
Have you seen what our podcast category is?
No, is it still?
Society,
I thought it was philosophy. I meant to tell you, my dad did I don't know what exactly he was doing it for, but he like typed our podcast name into Google and it gave him like the AI search result.
Yeah.
Actually, I can read for you.
Run it.
It's pretty funny. Trash Cast is an explicit rated pop culture focused podcast active from 2021 to 2026, often featuring chaotic comedic discussions, e.g. 100 Years of Trash. And then next sentence, it's available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, featuring episodes and these are the ones I don't remember these episodes. I don't think this is right. Featuring episodes like Q's and B's, Cam Takes a Hostage.
What the fuck? That is not a title.
And Bud Tenders Versus.
It's so funny. I think the AI is getting confused on. There's like 8 shows that have Trash Cast in it.
Yeah.
We're the only Trash Cats.
It kind of got the vibe in the first half.
Yeah, they were doing pretty good.
They were doing all right. And as I responded, I was like, I don't think those episode titles don't sound familiar at all. I don't think that's us, but the rest of it seems good.
That's so funny. What do you think all these plays from Canada and Vietnam are? It has to be AI training or
We just got really popular in Vietnam, man. We're gonna have to do like a world tour and just go out there and do some live shows.
Since you were at the airport, it's like 600 plays.
I looked at it while we were doing the intro. It's pretty crazy.
Bro, RSS feed podcast stats are like such a cursed study. Like everything on the internet now is so fucking twisted up and botted. Even if it's just like companies running up the numbers of all the podcasts their bots can hit so they can get better ad rates on their it's just like you cannot trust anything now online. It is so fucked. I mean, it's so crazy like how it's actually dead internet theory is becoming more and more true.
It's also concerning that the percentages when you break down all of the Vietnam listens, it's like they're all over the place. It's not just like in one area.
Yeah. From every province of Vietnam and Canada, they were all in like 1 or 2. But it was the exact number of plays were our number of episodes all played or downloaded at once.
Dude, I'm saying, like, we got fans in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh. Like, we can go there. We can get some pho. Dude, like, that would be so fucking dope.
Have you seen The Creator yet? The movie?
No.
Okay, if you need a good sci-fi flick, it's one of the better ones I've seen in a while. Even if just for the visual effects and aesthetics. The art is really very good, and they did some like very innovative VFX work where like they just went out with small cameras. They didn't use tracking markers. They come up with a new method of tracking footage, so you could do digital replacements and augmentation and shit without having all of the makeup or sticker tracking marks on people. And it's incredible visually. I'm not the most big on the actual story, but it's very much worth a watch. But I think a lot of it was shot in Vietnam, and it is gorgeous looking for a sci-fi movie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I will put that on my list. Actually, I might watch that tomorrow. I got to do my taxes tomorrow.
Oh, shit, bro. I just yeeted my taxes. I fucking straight. I just sent it, bro. I just went for it.
Full send on my taxes.
I've full sent. I got the return, so I'm good. I just pay for the audit protection. Just fucking pay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Pay for a lawyer to cover it and just fucking send it. Did my best.
I'm gonna sit down tomorrow with my niece and teach her how to do them online.
Hers will be easy.
Mine will be too.
Are you actually gonna file hers? Like yourself?
No. I'm just gonna do mine.
But is she?
I'm just gonna
does she
like,
need to
teach
file
her.
hers?
She can wait until she's 18. So I don't.
Fuck
it's
that.
a whole thing. We're not gonna do it
free.
Yet, but
all right, because what was the free tax website that everyone uses that's not free? TurboTax, yeah.
I
Contracted
use H&R Block.
But TurboTax was supposed to be free. The federal government, it paid for, and then it's like, there's a map of how you have to navigate that takes like 20 of the correct buttons to get it to be free. Instead, Free Tax USA. It's free federal, and you pay $15 for your state.
So
it's beautiful.
I'm pretty sure federals. I mean, I could be totally wrong on this. I'm pretty sure federals always free. I might be wrong on that. It's supposed to be,
but the services can charge whatever they want, and TurboTax like tricks people into paying even though they don't have to.
If you do it online, like by yourself, H&R Block doesn't charge you to do federal. There's a fee for state, but it's like,
because
$30
most states have their own state fee. But Free Tax USA is the same general software as TurboTax, but it's the actual.
By the time this comes out, it will be too late.
Yeah.
for if anyone's listening, actually, I think this comes out. Oh yeah, no, it'll be too late. If you're hearing this advice and you still need to do your taxes, you're fucked.
You're done for it.
Yeah, you can do it. They'll just charge you a penalty fee later in the year.
It's disgusting. I lost a whole weekend of taxes. Like, what a fucking... You work all week and then you spend...
A whole weekend? How long does it take you?
Realistically, 2 hours, but it's 8 hours of, like, wanting to fucking put a bullet through my brain. I mean, it's a full shift to get through.
I think it takes, like, 45 minutes.
Oh, my God. I hate it. So I'm, like... Instead of typing in the... W-2 shit, I'm just screaming at the federal government.
Just like raging the entire time while filing your taxes.
I had to have broken like at least 3 things in my office.
You know what? I don't expect any different from you. That actually sounds right on point.
All right,
let's get the fuck out of here.
Do it.
What do I say again? Oh yeah. Thanks again for listening, everybody.
Yep.
Thank you to Approaching Human for the use of his music. You can find his work on SoundCloud at Approaching-Human.
Thanks, John.
Make sure to check out the show page at Trashcats Trashcast on Instagram for news and art from the show. Check out Facebook for the memes. I'll probably also reach out to Dash and see if we're going to play some of his music at the end. We can record a thing just in case. Yeah. And otherwise, you can just cut this bit.
Cool. Also, does our other buddy, Marriage Man, has he got any new stuff?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't think he's like writing I don't think he's recording anything. It doesn't mean he's not writing anything, but I don't know. I actually failed to ask him any of that. I know he does.
That's great. That's negligent of you.
Yeah, we talked about so many other things though.
I know. I'm fine. We played the Ordinary People.
Yeah.
By Dave. That's under his name, right?
Yeah. I met
I love
his-
that song, man.
at least one of his bandmates too that like played with him for a while. They were cool people.
That's rad.
Yeah. Also,
super bored. Go.
No, that was, I was going to lead you into that. You go.
If you're super bored, you can check out my trash yard on Instagram at SkyZXSKYZSX. I got a recent piece up there I like a lot, and I don't know if I showed you the newest thing I'm working on, but I'm excited to show you. And we got to go over your picks soon because there might be some of those I could rock with.
Yeah. Let me. I'm gonna connect you to the Google Drive.
Cool, sweet. Appreciate you guys very much. We'll be back in our normal flow here soon, and hope everybody has a good, groovy night. Thank you, guys.
Fuck yeah. That's going to be all for us today. Stay classy, eat trashy.
Go fast, eat trash.
And now, Blizzard's Grip by Sandcrawler.
Echo Station 3TA.